Welcome back to Primetime News and a special welcome to viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands, as well as those watching online at onespotmedia.com. Brace for a further increase in the price of goods. That's the message this evening as stakeholders digest the $29 billion tax package announced by the finance minister last week. Consumers are set to pay more for locally manufactured and imported goods with the announced increase in the Environmental Protection Levy. The base on the domestic levy is 75%, but it will now move to 100% of sales. Come May 1, 2026, the Environmental Protection Levy on imported and local goods will also move from 0.5 to 0.8%. But where do people normally pay this tax? Tax specialist Alison Peart explains.
Where I normally see it is when you import something. So if you bring in your barrel, being basic, people who go and import things on, they bring things in and you see your customs invoice, you will see an environmental protection levy there. Manufacturers will also see it. But what it is, it's a tax on the cost of what you bring in or the cost of what you manufacture. That environmental levy is going to go on everything. So that means it's going to increase costs. As you know, globally costs are an issue. So that one I feel will probably hit us a lot more. Like everybody's going to feel that one. So it's not so much I have an issue with it. I'm just saying that one is wide.
Finance Minister Favour Williams told Parliament that the government is hoping to collect about $3.6 billion in revenues from the tax measure. For the opposition,
in relation to the Environmental Protection Levy, again, my recommendation, the funds that we anticipate to collect from this goes into building greater resilience so that we can absorb some of those shocks that we naturally are going to have in the future. Given the nature of climate change, we are likely to have future events that some of those resources be put to build resilience, whether it be in infrastructure, river training, other things.
In the meantime, the government plans to start collecting GCT on digital services starting in the January to March 2027 period. Countries worldwide have been trying to figure out how to tax services consumed in their countries, even though there's no physical presence.
Canada brought in one of 3%. Various percentages came out. Canada had to drop it because Donald Trump came out harshly on it. A lot of US companies get very upset when they see a digital tax. What this is, it says GCT on digital services. It didn't say they're coming with that tax. What it said was our GCT base. They're clarifying and making it clear that it applies to digital services.
Ms. Peart is awaiting details as well as suitable legislation to govern the move in Jamaica. Until then, she shared her initial thoughts.
So what that means to me is if I'm using an Uber app, I'm using the other apps, not just American apps, whatever app that I'm using to book hotel, Airbnb, any app that I'm using that is coming into Jamaica as an intangible, which means something you cannot touch, the right to use something. If it's coming in from overseas, what I'm understanding from this is you're going to have to pay the GCT.